Hey, Amaryllis. Let's start a little bit early. Let's see. This doesn't quite fit. Oh, we're still at the factory. That's not what we're doing today. At least that's not what's planned for today. Hello, Hakan. I'm doing alright. A little bit tired, but... Here we go. This is the IVs. We're gonna aim for 17. 27 seems a bit high. This can kind of go away. This will be for dome singles. Alright, why don't I hear anything? 1 second. Huh. You guys have sound, why do I not have sound? Oh, there we go. Alright, now I have sound. Who do I have in my party? These guys. Okay, that will do. Let's go out of the factory before everyone who starts watching thinks we're gonna do factory. Probably no factory today. Flash fire? Hopefully it will have flash fire. I guess I'll probably breed until it gets flash fire. Let's see. So it's been a little while, but we bred for this Ralts for the dome. And you can see the IVs in the notes on the left. This one happened to have perfect speed, which is not what I was aiming for. And because like the challenge is to beat the dome without max IVs, I think what I'm gonna do is give it a bunch of attack EVs so that I end up with a speed stat equal to the IVs I was aiming for. But yeah, we have a pretty good 28 special attack, which is also higher than I was aiming for. I don't remember what the goal was. And then I was thinking about using a Houndoom Blossom team. I was brainstorming that. Of course, that's not the best team, but I'm gonna make a bunch of teams for the dome, I think. And I wanted to use a Houndoom, and I felt like I want to use a Blossom. But then Bisho sent me this. A shiny Vileplume. With not the best IVs. But I think we can make it work. I changed the moveset that it had. It's a little one-sided. 2 grass attacking moves, Sunny Day and Toxic. And we have a Miracle Seed because our special attack at 2 IVs is so bad that we do not one-shot Tucker Swampert without Miracle Seed with Giga Drain. So at first I was thinking, do I need to run Petal Dance because that's 70 base power? But Petal Dance locks you into the move and confuses you, so I wanted to avoid that. So for now we're gonna go Miracle Seed. And I was planning to use Blossom, because Blossom of course resists ground and Vileplume is only neutral into ground. Thoughts on Sludge Bomb over Toxic? I think I need something to kill tanks, like a Blissey or an Umbreon. And Toxic is much better at that than Sludge Bomb will be. Especially at 12 IVs minus nature, no EVs. And today we'll be breeding for a Houndoom, and it will be an entirely timid team, because we have timid Ralts, we have timid Vileplume, and it will be a timid Houndoom. You're thinking against Ludi. I don't think I'm afraid of Ludi. Wilkinson, you have yours with Double Edge, Swords Dance, Giga Drain, and Sleep Powder. Okay, potentially a very scary set. We don't need the Ditto catchers, at least not yet. Maybe we'll catch some Dittos at the end. I'm not sure. Don't think so. So I've trained up this Sunkern, because Sunkern is one of the few Pokemon that learns Sunny Day from level up. And as you may remember, we are not using TMs that we cannot get multiple times. Don't remember if you can get Sunny Day multiple times. There are a few TMs you can get at a Trainer Tower, or Trainer Hill, I mean. And maybe Sunny Day is one of those, but we're just gonna avoid that for now. And we are going to be breeding with Tropius. Because Tropius learns Solar Beam. And I think Sunkern doesn't, but Sunflora does, but that would require a Sunstone. Which we could get more of by farming Solrox, but that's quite a hassle, so we're just gonna breed. Also, we need to breed with a Pokemon like Tropius anyway to go from Sunkern to Houndoom. Oh, we need our other bike. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were gonna be able to get these moves onto Houndoom, but we have Tropius, who is a monster group, I think, and Houndoom is a monster group. Egg group, that is. So that works out quite nicely. Probably there were some other ways as well. Maybe not that many if you're only doing Emerald, because I feel like something like Bulbasaur would be able to breed the Houndoom somehow. But we of course don't have Bulbasaur when we only play Emerald. So yeah, we just need one male Tropius egg. Then we'll have to level it up. Yeah, I know you can increase the chance with Compound Eyes, but Solrock itself is already like maybe 5% encounter, and then with Compound Eyes it's a 20% item, so if I can just avoid that grind, then I will. And also I still need to breed anyway, so it doesn't really help that much. I'm just changing the Sunstone grind for a level up grind on Tropius, so there we go. And the level up grind is easier and not RNG dependent. So we're gonna end up with Gardevoir, Houndoom, Vileplume, which isn't the best team. Like I mentioned, we have triple special attacker. So there's definitely gonna be a bunch of Pokemon that will be an issue. But I expect that we should be able to get gold in like a bunch of tries. It is the dome after all. Of course, we can get unlucky and not get it for a while. But I think it should be achievable. But who knows, maybe I'll end up changing the team. There's probably better Pokemon to pair with the shiny Vileplume. But I really want to use the Gardevoir. Hello, Riley. Zoro gets up to 35% with the Meteor Falls. Okay, that's better than I was expecting. While we're grinding, let me check which level do I need, because it's been a couple of weeks since I came up with this breeding chain, if not longer. Let's see, Tropius, Learn, Solar Beam at 41. Okay, that's gonna take a little bit, but we have a Lucky Egg. And the Starmie is now strong enough that I can just put Tropius in the front. Will-O-Wisp on Gardevoir? No, we have Destiny Bond on Gardevoir. So yeah, the stats you see near the top with Timid, 14 special attack, 13 speed. Those will be the stats that we will be aiming for the egg. Like if they have those stats, we're gonna check if the speed is high enough, and the special attack will just take whatever it is. Plus, you might need to get synchronized pokes in 4th gen. That could really help you out, yes. And Wilkeson, you like breeding in Gen 3? Especially in Emerald with the access to the Battle Frontier. Yeah, and you have Flame Body, I'm pretty sure only works in Emerald. The Everstone to pass on Natures only works in Emerald. So there's definitely a bunch of reasons why you would want to have Emerald if you're going to breed in Gen 3. Yeah. Ah, we hatch the egg before we get a second one. Let's see if it's a male. With the previous breeding chains, I had a lot of bad luck with the genders. Yeah, it's a female, of course. Let's see. Actually, let's check. Is it 50-50? I would expect it to be. Yeah, it's 50-50 on this one. We lost quite a few coin flips in previous sessions. Don't breed for shiny and fire red, it takes a long time. Yeah, I wasn't planning to. definitely recommend Emerald if you're gonna breed for shiny or breed at all. So if you're planning to breed your own Houndoom at some point, or really any Pokemon that has 95 base speed, which I'm pretty sure Houndoom is, if you get a speed IV of 27 or higher, and you go max speed, you can outspeed Sceptile and Ductrio. And that could be pretty big. But I feel like 27... like, it's not really necessary. And we are doing a challenge of having lower IV, so I think I'll just settle for 17 and higher. And you have the guide to check IVs? Yes. The old man. Oh, new egg. Well, can see you were breeding Mr. Mime to get it shiny? In Gen 3? Ooh. I mean, you can't catch it anywhere, so you would have to breed it. I don't know, can you get shinies from trades? I would expect them to be shiny locked, but I don't know. Maybe they're not. Because I know you can get shinies from trades. Ooh. I would probably try that then instead. I think. Maybe depends a bit on how good the stats are. I'm pretty sure the stats are predefined for trade Pokemon in Gen 3. Or at least in Fire Red, Leaf Green. Have I ever found an Earthquake TM via pickup level 91 to 100? No face, you're currently hunting those with 2 Linoons, no luck so far. Yeah, I would go for like 5 or even 6 Linoons if I wanted to really get those. But no, I haven't yet because I haven't grinded up my Linoons that far. What I am doing at the moment is I am breeding to get as many moves as possible. Of course, for a Pokemon like Gyarados, that's not possible. So I may need to find some Earthquake TMs for that reason. Okay, 2 eggs. Speeding up a little bit. Same on nature stats, yeah. I knew the stats were the same, but I wasn't sure if like the ID or whatever, it would also always be the same. But it makes sense that if they're shiny locked. Gino, you're looking forward to the tournament? You'll have to get a laptop so you can participate. Yeah, you probably need something like that. But I'm also looking forward to the tournament. For the people who don't know, I mean, I have it linked at the top. Sort of. I'm organizing an Ore tournament next month or in April or like both. And it's we'll be playing on emulator on XD. Oh, another egg. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm not very experienced with Ore, and the same goes for most, if not everyone, who wants to participate. So I wonder what we'll end up with. I hope there will be some unique picks, because I might bring some interesting things. You seriously have half the team ready? Nice. Wilkinson, will I use Eggy in this team? Well, right now I'm only using Emerald Pokemon. And Eggy is only from Fire Red Leaf Green, I'm pretty sure. So not at the moment. Maybe in the future. Tournament sounds fun. Well, for the people... Wait, that was fast. For the people who are interested, you can join the Discord that I've linked above. And I think I might try to organize some like test games next weekend. I don't know if they'll be on stream. But give people the opportunity to practice. Because so many people aren't familiar. Actually, you can... whatever, we'll release you later. I might trade over some Kanto Pokemon and team build with them once I've already gotten gold for a facility. But we'll see. Gotta do Emerald only first. Do I have a Discord channel? So if you look at the pinned comment in the chat, that is a Discord server I made for the tournament. And I may use it for some other events in the future as well. But for now it's focused on... Wait, we haven't hatched anything yet, have we? No. How did we go from hatching without getting any new eggs to getting a whole inventory before hatching anything? Thus you would go all bulky pokes? Well, there are a couple of bulky ones that are quite good in Ore. So that could work. And we got a male, nice. That's all we needed. So I'll hatch the other eggs later. Where do I have space? I'll put them here. $14 boxes is so little. It feels so crowded. Okay, let's go. Did I need to grab an egg? Let's check. Yeah. Wilkinson, you have tons of eggs in your boxes. Yeah, I did too, so I just spent a while hatching all of them. We want the parents. Get both of these back. Now we're gonna go level up the Tropius. I'll keep this... Actually, let's deposit the egg first. Joplin, the lack of boxes is why he bought a Japanese card of Emerald. Yeah, I recently got a copy of Pokemon Box. I haven't actually tried it yet, but that should help. Starmie is what we need. That's why they made Pokemon Box for GameCube. Yeah. Let's see, I need you. And you need the Lucky Egg. Do I have that in my inventory? I do. Let's go. No way I have Box? Yes. I wasn't even planning on buying it. Like, I bought something from a store and they sent like an email. And at the bottom of the email, they had like Pokemon games and their prices. And I think that's where I saw Box. I was like, oh, let's have a look. It was 75 euros. Like, wait, isn't this crazy expensive, this game? But it's only 75? So I picked it up. And here we have Giga Drain, which we're not gonna need. And Sunny Day. And we need to get to level 41, so it will take a little bit. Oh no, I have a different controller than I had last time. Where's the other controller? Oh, we're learning Grove? We don't need Grove. Hello, Sean. It's going pretty good here. Razor Leaf we don't need. Yeah, I also thought 75 euros was a steal. But apparently they weren't the only ones selling it for around that price. But there were also... I also saw it listed for like multiple hundreds of euros. So it's definitely... There's definitely people selling it for that price, but... Not everyone apparently. Actually, I should add the breeding chain in the document because that's what I usually do. Sunkern, Sunny Day, into Tropius, Solar Beam, into Houndoom. That's what we're doing right now. Sean, you always wanted a Houndoom? I also thought it was a really cool Pokemon in Gen 2, but you couldn't get it until like you were pretty much done, so I didn't really use it. The set will be Flamethrower, Crunch, Sunny Day, Solar Beam. And I'm a little bit worried about the matchup into Latias. I'm not sure if we... like how good our odds are of winning, because that Latias has Calm Mind and Rest with Chesto Berry. And I'm afraid it might boost up too much. And it will kill us before we kill it. But we'll have to see. Especially if we have with the lower defenses. It will see the kill at +3, I think. See, I'm not completely sure about that part. Actually, do I have another Mon on the team that will benefit from the sunny day? Yes, we will have a shiny Vileplume. I was gonna go with Blossom, because Blossom resists ground. And it's one of my favorite Pokemon. But then Bisho sent me a shiny Vileplume. And yeah, now we have to use the Vileplume, obviously, and it will still work. Will be a little bit worse into ground moves, but the goal is just to get gold, so I think that's very possible. Hello, Super Flash. This will be for singles, Sean. Maybe we can try doubles afterwards. Don't think the team will be that strong in doubles, but maybe we can get 10 tournaments there as well. How is it going? It's going. Well, we haven't really done anything special yet, but it's going good so far. We are doing some grinding. Yes, we need level 41, so we get Solar Beam on the Tropius. And then we can breed with Houndoom and give it Sunny Day Solar Beam without using TMs. Actually, which levels do I need for Flamethrower Crunch? Flamethrower we can use a TM because Flamethrower TM is reusable. Or reobtainable, I mean. Not reusable, if only. Crunch is level 59. Oh wait, this team is gonna be level 100, so I guess that doesn't matter. But I'm gonna want level 50 Houndoom, I think. So I might need to get like a male Houndoom to level 59 and then breed it. Oh, the Exploud lived. And we didn't go for an attack. Actually, let's learn Sweet Scent. I probably won't use this Tropius because I already have one. Oh, Houndour gets it at 49. That makes sense, yeah. I forgot to check that. Do we die here? No, it's a spread move. Yeah, we live. Wait. We used Sweet Scent because we learned it before we moved. That's interesting. I didn't know it worked like that. Alright, hopefully Exploud doesn't survive again. Nice. Must not be a very high chance because it's the first time. Do you know, you hope there's a good amount of participants in the tournament? It would be fun to watch a supercut of all the battles with commentary. Yeah, I'm hoping to do something like that. I don't know exactly what I'll do. But if possible, I would like to record every battle. But that might not be possible if there's too many people and maybe like time zones don't work out. But I want to like upload everything and then I'll make a video summarizing the entire tournament as well. Oh, Exploud lives again. Does it hyper voice? Yes, oh, rip Tropius. You got modest Ace Elf, Buzz? Nice. In comes second Tropius. Okay, we level up, so lower chance for Exploud to survive. You got mid-20s IVs on your Ace Elf, that's pretty nice. Are you planning to use it for the Frontier or anything else? Yeah, for the people who are potentially interested in the Ore tournament, I think I'll try to organize some practice matches next weekend. Like the end of the month. In the Discord, maybe I'll stream some of them. Maybe not. I don't know. But I think it would be nice for people to have a chance to get some practice in the format, because like if you've never played before, you don't know what's good, what you think you will like using. So that would be nice, I think. And I myself can also use some practice, and I want to try out some things because I don't have a team yet. And there's one idea I have that I think would be funny, but probably isn't very good. But maybe it will be better than expected. But I won't spoil that yet. Maybe I can surprise some people next weekend. Sounds good, Sean. It's all new to you. Tickler inbound. I don't think the Tickler is very good in doubles. So no, but a different Pokemon that I have used before in doubles will probably be featured. Is the Ore tournament online? Yes, it is. How does that work? So there's an... we're using an emulator which has NetPlay. And that allows us to connect to each other online. But it does... It basically works as if we were using a GameCube together. With each of us having our own Game Boy Advance with our Emerald copy. Riley, you're looking forward to videos from the tournament. You won't have time yourself, but you'll be enjoying the vids. Yeah, I think it will be fun. I hope there will be some creative teams. Because I think there's a lot of Pokemon. Like that, if you look at like the viability rankings, there's not that many Pokemon. But I think there are a lot of Pokemon that could be used. That aren't on there. I mean, I used Yanma as a joke, but it was actually kind of strong. Because I brought my Battle Tower team the first time I played. And I think like Yanma is too slow to actually work well. But against the Pokemon that were slower, it was actually very strong. Magpie used Mesprit with Trick, so you're gonna use Azelf? Okay. Are you still using Trick? Does Azelf get Trick? I don't know. Or are you using a different set? Do you know you have to start theory crafting your potential team? You gotta start from scratch. Yeah, so you can use your own save file with your own Pokemon. Like if you have the ability to upload your save file, you can use that for this tournament. And what you can choose to do, it is completely up to you. You can use PK hacks to increase your IVs and nature, change the nature to something that's good. And then yeah, you're using Pokemon that you caught, but now they're actually viable. Or you can just use the Pokemon as they are. Or you can just PK hex them in completely because like I want the tournament to be as accessible as possible. And not everyone has time to grind the next couple of weeks to maybe get some decent Pokemon. And also not everyone has the ability to upload their save file to their PC. And I think even if you're planning to use your own Pokemon, maybe you could, like when we're doing one of these test weekends, you could maybe try out some Pokemon that you don't yet have. By PK hexing them in, and then later on you're catching them, breeding them, whatever. And at the tournament you're actually using your own Pokemon. Yes, Superflash, you're correct. We will be using Dolphin. It's a specific version. I'm not sure if it's necessary to be this version, but it has worked for us so far. So that's what we're using, and it also comes with some additional things for ADV OU, which maybe we'll do a tournament for in the future. So I think if that's like the same, that might be kind of nice. Sean, you think you're going for a well-balanced team? With your favorite mons? Alright, I'm curious what you'll cook up. Gino, you'll start a new save on your phone so you can speed up the process on emulator. And then you'll probably show how you built your team after the tournament. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't want to give away all your secrets. Although, I thought about it a little bit. Because Cosmoronic asked, like, are we gonna do open team sheets? Open team sheets is where your opponent can... Like, you give your opponent the information about your team. Like, you already see... In Team Select, you see your entire opponent's team, but that's only the Pokemon. With Open Team Sheet, you see the moves, the EVs, and stuff. And originally, I was gonna go with... We're gonna go closed Team Sheet, because I think having to figure out what your opponent is up to is, like, a fun part of the game, and some people might bring something very unexpected. They bring some Pokemon that isn't meta but has some interesting strategy, and I think they should be like rewarded. However, then I thought about it a little bit more. And to play with the emulator, you have to send your save file to your opponent. Or at least one of the players has to do that, because there's one host and the host needs both of the save files. And I mean, if you give someone both save files, that means they could just look what's inside of that save file. And if we have an open team sheet tournament, then we don't have to worry about that. Then everyone is always on the same playing field. So maybe we will do open team sheet. I'm not expecting that like everyone is going to be cheating or something, but we won't have to worry about it if the option isn't there. But yeah, I might put it up to a vote. Cosmoronic also mentioned that as like he did an in-person event, but like he was completely inexperienced, and it was very helpful as a beginner because you don't know what every Pokemon runs, that the sheet just tells you. So I can also see that as being good, since we have a lot of beginners who don't know what they might run into. Yeah, agreed. Part of the fun is outmaneuvering your opponent, even if you have all the info already available. So we'll see. But there are some fun strategies that are definitely a lot stronger when your opponent doesn't know what's coming. But they can still work if your opponent knows that it is coming. And like you still have to like guess the lead matchup and stuff like that. So like if they have multiple strategies, you still have to guess which strategy are they gonna lead with. A good workaround could be using a different variation of your team for each battle. Once you get further into the tournament, you could have a mix of Pokemon from your different teams. So we'll most likely do a single team tournament, so you only get to use one team for all your battles. Because that's usually how a VGC style tournament works. And I mentioned in my video, I think like when we have a lot of inexperienced players, like asking them to build like multiple teams or they'll be at a big disadvantage. That seems like it might be a little bit much. So I think it will be a one-team tournament. Or potentially, if the tournament ends up having multiple stages, you could maybe do like the second stage. You can use a different team if you want. Because that has happened before in VGC, so it would still be in the spirit of VGC, but probably I'll just keep it a one-team tournament. You forgot there will be different skill levels of participants. Yeah, it's I don't really know how it will go. Like in terms of skill. Because there might be people who have never played before. Should be a prize if you win. Maybe generated Pokemon made by me. I think maybe I could like they can pick a Pokemon I have to build a team around or something like that. I'm not sure yet. I need to remember to go to the Poké Center because we're out of serves. Give them a 6 IV shiny Rayquaza. Yeah, that will be totally legit. I mean, maybe if you RNG it, it could be actually. Let's see, if it's 6 IVs, I think I would probably go with Naive Nature. Minus special defense plus speed. But I don't know anything about Ubers. So I mean, you probably want to go either attack or special attack instead of both. So maybe you would just go like Timid or Jolly. Just a couple more levels. Actually, I still have the Blissey base. Could go there, I guess. But I don't have a Pokemon that can actually take out those Blissies. Adamant 6 IV shiny Rayquaza? Maybe. But then you probably don't really need 6 IVs, you just need 5. These shows you prefer a mix set? Yeah, I don't know. Does Rayquaza get Swords Dance? In Gen 3? I don't know enough about Journey Across America. The format that is like Ore, but it has Pokemon like Rayquaza, Kyogre, Mewtwo. Maybe we'll do something with that in the future. No, it only gets Dragon Dance? Okay, that makes sense. Is there a good place to EV train in Emerald? Yes, there is a very good place to EV train in Emerald. And that is on the Dittos. Because when the Dittos transform, they not only get the catch rate from the Pokemon they transform in, which is why it's good to catch them by turning them into Magikarps, they also get the EVs from that Pokemon. So a very good strategy is to get a Pokemon that gives you free EVs, like Exploud. Exploud gives 3 HP EVs. You remove all their attacking moves. Like you only give them like one move, like Tail Whip, let's say. Then you let them switch into that Pokemon, then you kill that Pokemon. And then you get 3 IVs, but with the Macho Brace you get 6, and with Pokerus included you get 12. I don't have Pokerus. At least I think it's 12. So that's the best way. But there's also normal spots for most, if not every, stat. I know for attack you can train on Shuppet. The first 3 floors of Mount Pyre are 100% Shuppet. For special attack you can train in the Ash route next to Fall Arbor Town. There you get 95% chance for special attack from Spinda and Slugma. Special defense is Tentacool and Tentacruel, which is 100% somewhere. Or maybe a bunch of places. Defense you get in the Magma Hideout, 100%. And the Graveler and the Torkoal give 2 EVs. And then speed is 99% on Route 118. And HP is 100% against Marill. And also Whismur. So there are some places. Oh, don't go up yet. So yeah, once we have this leveled up, we will breed with the Houndour, and we'll need 1 male, which will then breed with Ditto. And Until we get a female with the correct nature. Then we can give the Everstone to the female Houndour. And then we'll breed until we get the stats we want. Or maybe we'll get the stats immediately, because I think that's what happened with the Ralts. We got the correct stats before we got the female Ralts with the correct nature. Do you know you just saw the viability ranking chart? You anticipate a lot of Metagross showing up? Yeah, very likely. That's definitely a Pokemon you will want to keep in mind when team building. So, Earthquake or a Fire move would be very good to have on your team. And Explosion is something you'll want to watch out for. Not only from Metagross, there's also Self-Destruct Snorlax. Gengar could explode. I mean, could even bring Electrode, because it's so fast. Hello, Hugo. Although Electrode probably isn't the best because it is very weak, so you would need a Choice Band to kill like even neutral Pokemon, and Choice Band Explosion isn't the best when it's like the only thing you can do. Regis could blow up. Who else is there on the viability list? Let me check. I think that's about it for the explosion Pokemon on the list. But there's still plenty to watch out for. Am I doing the infinite money method? I mean, I might have infinite money at this point. But I'm just level grinding on the Tropius. How much money do we have? Oh no, I spent everything before we started this. I just realized, where are my Linoons? Why didn't I put the Linoons in the party? We could have gotten a rare candy or two. What level am I trying to reach? I need level 41 on the Tropius to get Solar Beam. And then we can pass that on as an egg move to our Houndour. How did I get a Starmie? You can catch Staryu with the Super Rod, I think, in Lily Cove. Like just fishing from the shore, I'm pretty sure. And you can find a Waterstone somewhere. But otherwise, you can get blue shards from... Who is it? Is it Clamperl? Let me check. I want to say it's Clamperl. Yes, you can get a blue shard from Clamperl when you're diving and you use Thief or you just catch them. And you can trade blue shards for Waterstones. So I still had a Waterstone, so I didn't need to do that. But that's what you can do. Let's go get those Linoons that I should have had in my party this whole time. Last couple of levels will still take a few battles, so we might pick up something. You have a Tropius with Chlorophyll? Does Tropius have multiple abilities in this generation? I'm not sure. Mine are both Chlorophyll. Unfortunately, Tropius isn't the strongest Pokemon. But it could work with Sunny Day Solar Beam, maybe. Like, it could do something. I don't know. I did restore my PP, right? Did I forget? Okay. It has been a little while since I checked the stats on Tropius, but I don't think they're very promising. Let me check. Tropius, I feel like around 70, 80. Yeah, 99 HP, which is kind of nice, but like just give it 100 so it can actually make substitutes that survive Seismic Toss. So I think you can only do that at 100 and above. Then we have 68 attack. That's not great. 83 defense. That's okay. 72 special attack. That's not the best. 87 special defense. That's fine. And 51 speed. That's not great, but with Chlorophyll you can still outspeed pretty much everything. It can also have solar power. Is that in Gen 3 as well? Oh, that's a later generation. Generation 3 does not have solar power yet. But I think Chlorophyll is probably its better ability anyway. That wasn't far enough. There we go. We need to see the other route pop up. Yeah, I wonder what I would do with a Tropius if I had to use it. Problem is, with your quad weakness to Ice Beam, you're so weak into most water types because a lot of them have Ice Beam. And with a 72 special attack, Solar Beam isn't killing them, I think. So that would be a bit unfortunate. You do have an immunity to ground, which is nice. So at least in that way, it would be a nice combination with a Pokemon like Houndoom. But I think that's also kind of where it ends. because they're both weak to rock. Maybe you could pair it with... What could you pair it with? Something like a Rhydon, who is weak to ground but resists rocks. Have a good day, Juno and Sean. Maybe a Subseed build? Yeah, but then I would use like Jumpluff. If I wanted a flying grass type. I think. I mean, maybe. You have much lower speed, but you have better bulk, so that's something compared to Jumpluff. One of the things it could do, which would be really bad, I think. For doubles, I was looking into Sweet Scent. Because that lowers the evasion of your opponent, and you know, Bright Powder exists, Double Team exists, like maybe there's a use for it. But unfortunately, Jumpluff doesn't get Sweet Scent, and that's like the fast grass type I would use for it. Does Sceptile get Sweet Scent? I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Let's check. Nope, Sceptile does not get it. However, Tropius gets it. And if you have Sun Up, then you actually are fast. So maybe that's something you could do, and you're immune to Earthquake as well, so your partner can spam Earthquake. I know, it probably would be really bad, but... that's something you could do. Hello, Maxi. How did your test stream go? Did you find the shiny Moltres? Just one more level, then we can start breeding again. You didn't get the shiny, but you didn't drop any frames, so it's good. Alright, that's good to hear. Jumpluff has Helping Hand too. Yeah, that is kind of nice, and you have Encore, which could potentially be useful, but against the AI, I don't know how useful it will be. Yeah, I'm afraid Jumpluff will be too passive. I mean, you could use it. There we go. Let's not say no to learning this move. Maxi, you're more interested in streaming your Battle Tower ribbon attempts? Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably more interesting to both as the streamer and as the viewer. Okay, we got one item. A repel. Okay, let's take this egg before I forget. Good luck. Thank you, KT. But I'm not as worried about good luck as I am when I'm doing the Frontier. Although some good luck with the eggs would be nice. Grab this guy. Don't need you for the moment. Wait, I need this one. Ah, Abiola is back. Okay, let's see. Houndour should be in here. There's female. Oh, and I need to move some... I need to move the Sunny Day up. Or eventually... they'll override it with Synthesis. So let's get rid of Giga Drain instead. I think let's get rid of Sweet Sand. You like how YouTube keeps the VODs forever? So you think you'll also stream your Moltres hunts? Yeah, you would have your shiny reaction forever. That is true. What's the nature on this? Does this just happen to be timid? No. Could have been. Actually, while we're waiting for the Houndour eggs, we might as well hatch the Tropius ones. Or work on them. Let's just go withdraw. So we will need a male Houndour. Unless we randomly hatch a female Houndour with timid nature. We're gonna need to get a female one later. When we're breeding with the Ditto that has timid nature. Hmm. While we're at it, we could do some team building for other teams. Let's see. What else do we want to use? I want to use a Dodrio. Dodrio seems like it would be really strong in the Dome because of the lower stats. Okay, that's one we don't have to hatch later. If we're going Dodrio, we will need something to break through rock and steel types. Maybe a Flygon? But then we are double weak to ice. Hello, remember. How did your factory stream go? It was a little bit late for me, so I missed it. Let's see. We don't like ice types. Don't really like dragon types. Would Walrein ever work on this team? Kaden, you think Kabutops is pretty cool? You have a team idea of Kabutops, Gengar, Charizard. But the electric weakness is kind of iffy. Yeah, that definitely sounds like you would have some bad matchups. I do agree Kabutops is cool. Remember, you ended the stream after 14 wins, which is a new record for you. Thank you, Swagger Electrode. Alright, congrats on your new record. I haven't gotten very far yet myself. But I haven't done that many attempts yet. Just need to get one where I'm not getting crit. And the random AI is selecting the perfect moves. In combination with the crits. Yeah, I think Kabutops, Charizard, Gengar could be really tough if you run into a trainer that has multiple fast electric types. You can probably get gold, but it will take a while if you keep running into like Guitarist or something. I also don't know how good you'll be into the many water type trainers. You have a Kabutops with Rapid Spin. Oh, that's interesting. Is that everyone? No, one more egg. I mean, Rapid Spin isn't too useful in the Frontier because there's like 2 Pokemon with spikes. 1 Fortress and 1 Skarmory, and I think that's it. Maybe one of the earlier rounds there's a Pokemon that has spikes. But for like competitive singles, that could be nice. And you also have one with Confuse Ray, but he's fragile. I think Confuse Ray for the player is like a trap because there's just such a high chance it does nothing for you. Which is unfortunate. Like, it feels like a really strong move. Because when you as the player are confused, it's horrible. Can I do this? No. Didn't think so. You think it's okay for Leech Seed? I guess that's true, but a lot of the Leech Seed Pokemon have Giga Drain. Not all of them. But I think Venusaur does. Meganium 2 doesn't. Sceptile has Leaf Blade, which is even worse. There's Ludicolo with Giga Drain. Actually, I think that one doesn't have Leech Seed. It's toxic, I think. Maybe, no, actually, maybe it is Leech Seed. But yeah, it could be useful. Kinda just won 3-2 against Finland for the semi-finals. Now you're on to gold. Good luck, Riley. Who are you facing in the finals? Is that already known? Venomoth has Giga Drain 2 and outspeeds Kabutops. Yep. I would know because I ran Swampert for quite a few battles and Venomoth didn't kill my Swampert, but it did hurt. It'll be either Slovakia or the USA they're playing next. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I'm not watching. What was I stuck on? Still nothing. I did deposit the correct Tropius, right? Like, I didn't put in the female one. Right? I think I can see it here. Yeah. Okay. And they do breed together, right? I didn't make that up. Let's get in the pattern, then I can Google stuff. Or is there someone in the chain I forgot about? I think it was just these. Let's see. Dark type, Houndour. Ground. Oh, I thought it was monster. It was ground. Okay, let's see. Is Tropius in here? Or did I forget someone in the chain? I may have forgotten someone. Let me check my notes. My actual notes, not the one on the stream. Which one is it? Dome. Houndoom. Oh, I did forget someone. They can't breed together. Whismur. We need a Whismur. Do I have one? I mean, we're next to where we can catch Whismur. No wonder it took so long. This is what I get for going off memory after not breeding anything for like a month. Pretty sure I caught a Whismur somewhere, but maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Oh no, there is one. And it is female, okay. And I'm guessing Whismur is in the monster egg group then. Because I thought it was monster. But then I looked at Houndour and it's only ground. So Whismur must be monster ground or something. don't know how many eggs this will take, so we'll put Houndour in the box for now. Alright, now we should get some eggs. Let's see. Whismur. Yes, it is in the monster group. And Tropius is also in the monster group. Okay, at least that part I got correct. So now we need a male Whismur. We don't need to grind anything. Oh yeah, what's team building? I think it was ice hockey. It was Canada against Finland. The only one that matters? Of course. How many medals does Canada have in other sports? I'm gonna guess not that many. 4 golds. Let's see. 2 in freestyle skiing, 1 in short track, 1 in ice skating. Not bad. Netherlands, we have 4 in short track and 3 in ice skating. And maybe some more coming. No face, both of your level 91 Linoons just picked up an Earthquake TM for the first time at the same time. That's crazy. Hey, we finally got an egg. This may have been here for a little while, I wasn't looking. I mean, for the Netherlands, it helps that we're good at ice skating and that there's a lot of medals in ice skating. Yeah, getting 2 earthquakes at the same time, that's pretty crazy luck, yeah. So maybe a wall rain here. How would that work? On Sunday, instead of the GIF on screen, you're gonna have the gold medal game. I don't know how happy they'll be with you if you do that. I don't think the Olympic Games would like that very much. I don't know how good their claiming is when it's a small part of the screen. But I don't think they would like that. Let's have a look at the team builder. If there is an egg, I'm not looking at the moment. Why is this website broken? Let's see. Start off with a dojo. And we go Flygon. And we go Walrein. Whoa. Walrein is not in Gen 9. So I can't put it in the team builder. Okay, let's see. We don't have a normal resist. That's maybe an issue. We don't have a flying or psychic resist. Flying is not that bad, but psychic could be bad. No dragon resist, that's whatever. Let's see, we're probably missing an egg by now. Yeah, there's an egg. You would get annihilated immediately, you'll probably just do the score. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe a steel type could help. That would also resist ice. And would resist psychic. Another egg. How many is that? 4 or 5? 4. Just give me one male and we'll switch. No, I don't want to be here. This team is definitely missing a little bit in defensive synergy. But then again, Gardevoir, Houndoom, Vileplume is also missing a couple of resistances. Oh! We actually hatched something. Did we get a male Whismur? Yeah, we did. What is the one team would have always loved to make work, but it just didn't? Good question. We have the solo. Wait, I'm gonna put those at the top, even though they'll probably get overwritten anyway. Let's see. There's only one team I think I really struggled with to attempt to get a higher streak than I got. And that was my Persian team in Dome Doubles. The weather setting team. And I tried a couple of variations and I wanted to get 100 wins. Or really originally it was just 20 because I lost the final of round 20. And then I could never get back there. So I guess that one fits. Let's just hatch these while we're waiting for new eggs. This time it should work. But then I used a different Persian team and I got to 25 tournaments won in the end, so it worked out. It was just a completely different style of team. Other than that, I haven't really built any serious teams or semi-serious teams that I really tried to get to work but couldn't. I mean, I lost my single streak with the Magneton team. That was unfortunate. I haven't tried that one afterwards. I could maybe still get that to work. Hello, Buttons Lover. Welcome to the stream. We are just hatching some eggs. Oh, there's an egg. Just need 1 mil Houndour and then we're switching the eggs again. Or the partners. Remember you want to see some Hariyama? I was team building around Hariyama before. But I don't think I was satisfied with the team. But there probably will be some Hariyama. I used Hariyama in one of the rounds in the pyramid on cartridge. Actually, that's the one, or not on cartridge, on my other save file. We actually lost that one. But I think I might use it again. But that doesn't really count. Because that would just be one round. But I think Hariyama has potential. I guess Hariyama could also be a potential partner for Dojo. It resists rock. It hits steel and rock. Hariyama. Also can have fig fat, so it could be a potential ice resist as well. Explain the prep I'm doing like you're 5. Okay, so with breeding, okay, we need to deposit some eggs. You can get moves from the parent, the male parent, onto the egg that hatches. And I'm not using TMs that I can't get multiple times. So what I'm doing is I started with a Sunkern. Sunkern learns Sunny Day by level up. Then I bred the Sunkern with a Tropius who learns Solar Beam by level up. Then we bred with a Whismer who learns both of those moves. Or can learn both of those moves. And we're getting it through the egg. No, not you. And then Whismer can breed with Houndour. And that's how we're getting Sunny Day Solar Beam onto our Houndoom. Remember, you want Ninja's Speed Boost Baton Pass Yama. That's a set for sure. I don't think that would be very good. I mean, you can probably get gold with it, but... Oh, another egg. And so what we're doing right now is we got all the moves onto Whismer. So we're breeding with a Houndoom or a Houndour. We're gonna need a male Houndour. Then we're gonna breed the Houndour with a Ditto that has the nature we want. We give an Everstone to the Ditto. And then there's a 50% chance that the egg will have that nature. Then we will need a female Houndour with the correct nature. And then we replace the Ditto with Houndour because we'll get eggs faster from 2 Houndours than from a Houndour and Ditto combination. When do gimmick strategies stop working in the tower? The moment you don't get lucky, that's when they stop working. I mean, battle 49 is when you get to the highest level of trainer. But that doesn't mean you immediately lose. Like, you just need to not run into any good trainers. Any Pokemon you're bad into. They need to never Quick Claw against your Ninjask. They need to not, I don't know, crit your Hariyama as you're baton passing to it or something. Or just resist Hariyama's moves. Or whatever, like survive. I don't know what Hariyama is doing. Is it going for bulk up or something? Because we're not sweeping without attack boost as well. And Ninjask is unlikely to get Sword Stances off. Because it's so frail. At least it won't consistently. We'll wait for the next egg. Yeah, gimmick strategies often stop working the moment you get a little bit of bad luck. Okay, our first Houndour. And it's a female, so this one doesn't really do anything for us. But it has Sunny Day, it has Solar Beam. It will learn Flamethrower and Crunch from level up. Let's see. If we have Dojo Hariyama, we definitely need something that beats psychic types. And it definitely needs to beat Tucker's Latias. Also, what are we doing against the Salamans? And the Swampert, I guess, as well. Nope. I think we need to deposit some of the rejects. Not you. Add Houndoom to the dojo team? Maybe. Let's see. Don't have a normal resist, but at least we have a fighting type. It could work. Let's see. Hariyama. Probably with Thick Fat. And Houndoom, probably with Flashfire. Did we pass by an egg? Oh, we're hatching an egg now. Remember, you've never used Houndoom, but double stab plus coverage sounds nice. Yeah. Problem is, the Pokemon you want to use the Solar Beam against, you have to set up a Sunny Day first, which against water types is okay because you'll weaken the water move. But if you run into like a rock type or a ground type that has Earthquake, you're not surviving after the Sunny Day. Like, you set up Sunny Day, they Earthquake or they Rock Slide and you die. So that's not the best. Let's see. We wouldn't have a fighting resist, but we have a Dodrio, so that's fine. We wouldn't have a poison resist, but poison is kind of whatever. We don't have a flying resist. That's not the worst. I'm kind of worried about Salamans though. Oh, we're hatching another egg. Wait, I didn't check the last egg, did I? We might already have a male Houndour. We got 2 males. Of course, now there's gonna be another egg. No, there isn't. I'll throw out the eggs real quick. Actually, let's check. In case we randomly got... No, Quiet is definitely not what we want. Lonely is not what we want. Do either of these have promising stats? 14 special attack, that's good. Okay, we're taking the 14 special attack Houndour. And now we need a Ditto. And we need Timid. Just this one. And we're giving it the Everstone. Now we need to be here. There's an Everstone. Give the Ditto. Wait, do I have enough space? No. Need to deposit 1 egg. For a moment. Put you here. I wonder if probably Whismer forgot Solar Beam or Sunny Day, whichever one I had at the bottom. Let's see. Do you still have both moves? No, we forgot everything. Unlucky. But it doesn't really matter. We only needed it once. Actually, maybe I should have moved up. Oh, you're the wrong one. Let's see, I think the egg moves are at the bottom. Yeah, I probably should have moved those up. Let's scrap this egg. But it probably doesn't matter because we're not gonna take out this Houndour until we're done breeding, I think. Let's do it anyway. When they level up, they will learn the moves. Wait, that's not the one I wanted to move. They'll learn the moves when you pick them up, so they keep passing on the moves they have right now. And they will forget the moves at the bottom first when you pick them up. So if he only learns 2 moves, then I would keep these 2 moves. But it doesn't really matter. We still have the other male Houndour and we'll get plenty of eggs. So now we're looking for a timid female Houndour. And with the Everstone, it's a 50% chance to pass on the timid nature from Ditto. And then it's 50% to be female, I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Wait, you're not. I want to check. Yeah, it's 50-50 for Houndour. So we have a 25% chance of getting the female Houndour that we want. Of course, all of these eggs, they could already be the one we end up using. Because we're not going for perfect stats. And the male Houndour has the special attack we want. And how breeding works is that it randomly selects up to 3 stats from the parents to pass on. The thing is, it could triple select like the same stat. It could be special attack 3 times, like twice from the Houndour and once from the Ditto. So obviously then you only get 1 of them. But anyway, there is a chance that we get the special attack from the Houndour, and then that would be high enough for what we want. And then, wait, already? And then if a stat isn't selected, it's just random between 0, like starting at 0 and ending at 31. It could be anything. And we only need an IV of 17 in the speed. 17 or higher. See, we're not fully scrolled up. That doesn't really matter. So this is an older egg. So the chances that it has timid is very low. Yeah. Does have good speed though. Like this could actually be perfect speed. Let me check real quick. Hour. Level 5. Yeah, it could be perfect. Could also be... How low? Not that low. It's either 30 or 31 speed IV, but it has the wrong nature and it's a male. Well, I guess I could use this, but then it doesn't really change anything. Either we have the special attack that we want, or we have the speed that we want. But potentially breeding perfect speed could be nice, but I already got perfect speed on the rods by accident. And this is supposed to be a lower IV challenge, so I don't actually want perfect speed. And the reason it's perfect speed at 13, when in the notes it says 13 speed is 10 to 29, is that that one, the 13 with 10 to 29, is with a plus speed nature, so it's 1 stat higher. Have I ever gotten a 6 IV Mon? Yeah, a couple of times. But that was in Gen 7, maybe Gen 6. And it was never beneficial. It was like special attacker who actually wants to have low attack. Or a physical attacker who doesn't care about special attack. This is also an old egg. Does have plus speed nature. But special attack is too low. And in later generations, I don't know if it's starting in Gen 5 or if it's starting in Gen 6. You can pass up to 5 IVs. Actually, there is a Destiny Knot in Gen 4. What does it do in Gen 4? I don't think it passes 5. Maybe it passes 4 IVs? Anyway, at some point you're able to use Destiny Knot to pass on 5 IVs from the parents. So if you have good parents, there's a very high chance you get a bunch of perfect IVs. Alright, so any egg we hatch now should be 50% to be timid. Rob, you have a slacking on your emerald cartridge that is 5 IV adamant and it crushes the frontier. Yeah, that sounds pretty strong. I'm personally not the biggest fan of slacking, but I haven't used it that much yet. It's definitely strong, but it obviously has big drawbacks. I maybe want to try a skill swap team at some point. I mean, I kind of already did one, but that was a Parasong team and it didn't... Parasong is very good in the Frontier. Slaking is more of a boom or bust Pokemon, for sure. And with how many like focus bands and bright powders there are, like sure, you can one-shot a Pokemon with your choice band, double edge or whatever. But if you don't hit, or they survive thanks to focus band, or they go for a protect, like, that you don't really benefit from the power then. Alright. Female, does it have timid? It does! Let's go. First egg. Wait. Potentially, we have the stats we need on this one. Okay. I'm gonna take the Ditto out, but I'm not gonna put this one in yet. I'm gonna check the stats. Don't care about you. Don't care about you. I was like, why do I have these Cacnea? But I was breeding a Tangela with Leech Seed. Leech Seed, Giga Drain. I will take my Pokemon back. Is it really that simple? Which part? What was really that simple? Okay. I haven't written down which level I need to go to be able to check the speed, so I'm gonna look that up. Actually, while I'm looking that up, we might as well hatch these other eggs. IV calculator. We have a Houndour. Nature's timid. Hidden power, I don't know. We don't have EVs. Oh, that's why nothing is happening. We're about to hatch an egg. Let's see, is this one also a candidate? No, wrong nature. Does have the special... No, it's a plus special attack nature, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna fill in the IVs here. 19 HP. 9 attack, 9 defense. 14 special attack. 11 special defense. 13. Let's just start leveling up and we'll see eventually. Because it could be as low as 10 and it could be as high as 29 on the speed IV here. Dual rare candy. Okay. Did I just save? I don't remember. I was reading chat. I don't think I saved yet. Well, I saved earlier, but then I hatched an egg. So I don't have something set up to share the website I'm using. Let's see, where's my rare candies? 32 rare candies. That should be more than enough. But right now I'm going to fill in the stats in the website. I'll link in the chat. Never hurts to quad save, exactly. Okay, we go to level 6. Probably isn't gonna tell me much yet. I might skip a couple of levels. Because early on it doesn't really change that much most of the time. Sometimes you can tell. 16, 12, 14. Calculate. Ooh, okay. Our speed is now a maximum of 19. That's not great. So this is probably not the one. Let's go up a couple of levels. Want to learn Howl, I think? I have half my screen covered. No, we don't need Howl. Let's go up to level 10. Add a level. 29 HP, 15 attack, 13 defense, 23 special attack, 17 special defense, and 20 speed. That doesn't seem very high. Oh, it didn't change anything. Check again at 11. Okay. Maybe it already told me to check it again at 11 and I wasn't paying attention. Okay, we'll go for 11 then. 31. 16. 14. 25 special attack. 18 special defense. And wait, we went up 3 speed? Did I see that right? It is 16, 17, 18, or 19 speed. We might be there. There's only one that's too low. Check again at 13. Okay. At 13. 35 HP. 18 attack. 16 defense. 29 special attack. 20 special defense. 26 speed. Calculate. Lowest speed IV? 17. Okay, this is the one. We're using this Houndour. We have potentially 0 attack. We have between 3 and 9 HP. Defense is 25 to 29, so that's nice. And special defense is 20 to 23. Special attack is 25 to 29, so that's pretty good. I didn't get around to Nidoking and Nidoqueen yet, remember? I think they have some potential. Especially in the dome. Okay, I don't know the exact IVs, but I think this is good enough. We know speed is speed IV 17 to 19, which 17 was the minimum we needed. And special attack IV was what? 25. 29. So we'll reset to our last save so we don't waste the rare candies. I think what is nice about Nidoking for the Dome is that you can outspeed base 100 Pokemon. And you can run Ice Beam. So you would deal a lot of damage to Salamence and Flygon. Let's go grab the Houndour that's still in here. Wait, no. I don't want to put something in. I want to take something out. Let's see, you're the chosen one. Yes. Can go in here. Do you still have the moves? Nope. Wait. Didn't I move them around? Did I move them around on the wrong one? What did I do? Well, it doesn't matter. You go back to the nature box. Let's see. I think we're gonna go do some Eevee training. Because the Ralts and the Houndour are both... Actually, no. I was gonna say... They're both gonna go max speed, but because we accidentally got a perfect speed Ralts, I don't want it to be max speed. I want it to be a little bit lower. I want to sabotage my own EVs, so it's a worse Pokemon. We can pretend it's lower IVs. Because at perfect speed, it outspeeds a bunch of Pokemon it normally doesn't. Let's see. Gardevoir. Whittimit. Level 50. No, actually at level... Now we're going level 50, I guess. At level 100, I think we might even need... We don't need as good of a stat as at level 50 because of the plus nature. Potentially. Let's just do the special attack training and we'll figure out speed later. Did I have 2 XP shares on this file? I think I do. I might just train like that. Where's Starmie? Wait, that was dumb. Oh, it doesn't matter. We will go get some vitamins. Actually, I have a bunch of vitamins. Do I have them on me? Probably not. No, I have some, at least. I only have 10 for speed. Okay, we're gonna need to buy some. We have some money. That's fine. Wait. No, when I used this one to breed, they got rid of my sweet scent. I need sweet scent. Okay, we're grabbing the other one. Yeah, you still have it. Bit of a no, I think we'll just hard scale it back on. I don't want to get rid of the potential egg moves on the other one. Why Sweet Sand? Because I'm gonna go grind on wild Pokemon. And it's just... Actually, I could just White Flute, I guess. It's about as fast. Which floor was it? Is it the next one or is it this one? Oh, it's this one. Special attack. We have enough of those. Now we have enough of these. Let's see, I might as well buy 10 extra for the next time. Am I low on anything? You have a weird amount. Oh, we still have a weird amount. Okay. Spend all our money so next time we go grind, we don't reach the money cap and waste money. Yeah, I guess I'll go grab the lantern then. Do I actually have 2 XP shares? Yes, I do. Very good. 1 to Ralts. 1 to the Houndour. They will only get 1 EV. Because I'm gonna go grind on Spinda and Slugma instead of using the Ditto. I think. Okay, let's give them these. Does Gardevoir give special defense or special attack? Because I think special defense is slightly higher? I'm not sure actually. You give 100 EVs this way, you get 10 each time, and the maximum you can give is 100 through vitamins. But the maximum stat that I want is 252. Where is... There it is, calcium. Give 10 of these as well. My other controller with the turbo button would have been nice right now, but I switched to using an actual GameCube controller because the D-pad and the stick are a little bit nicer. Mostly the D-pad. Because the D-pad on my other controller is really, really horrible. Keeps sending me in the wrong direction. But this one doesn't. Okay, let's go grab our Illuminate Pokemon. This is here. And I write down the EVs. EVs. Rolls. Plus Houndour. Speed. 100. Special attack. 100. Which moves does Lantern have? Spark Surf. Okay, that's good enough. So here on Route 113, there is, I think, a 60% chance of running into Spinda and a 35% of running into Slugma for a combined 95, and both of them give one special attack EV. So we will now knock out 152 of these. And Illuminate increases our encounter rate, as does the White Flute. And how I'm gonna keep track of this is just, I'm gonna count the PP that I've used whenever I heal up at the Poké Center. And while we're doing this, we're gonna go collect some Ash, because I'm gonna need another White Flute to trade over to my Leaf Green or Fire Red. So I can do the same thing over there. So I'll add up all the EVs we've gotten at the end. Or well, every time I heal up. I think it's 60% Spinda. On this route. Ralts learns Confusion. Not something we're gonna be using. Oh, the rare Skarmory. We're gonna run away from this, because this will probably give 2 defense EVs, which we don't want. If you want a shiny hunt while you're doing your EV training, probably a more desirable spot would be trading over to Fire Red or Leaf Green and training in the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town. Because there it's something like 95% Ghastly and Haunter. Wait, is Spark a contact move? I could get Flame Bodied, I think. I feel like Spark is the same as Overheat. Like, not in terms of damage, but in like them both being contact moves. Spinda is kind of unusable. I think probably the best thing it could do is skill swap Slacking's Truant away. But like you have base 60 in every stat, so if I would run into a shiny Spinda, then that's probably the extent of its use. For Slugma, I actually brainstormed a team. I don't remember what the last member is, but I remembered I was thinking about Poliwrath. There's also a spot in Mount Ember. The Ruby path, like the path you take to get the Ruby gem for the post-game quest. There's one room where there's 100% Slugma encounter rate. So if for whatever reason you don't want to shiny hunt Haunter or Ghastly or Haunter, then that's also an option. Altering Cave is the best shiny hunting location. You like green bats? Unless you have one of those Eon tickets that have been made later on by fans, like not official Eon tickets. Then you can spawn some other Pokemon there. I believe. I think that's how it works. I haven't done it. I think for the Gardevoir and Houndoom, I'll probably clone them at level 50. That way I can use them at both level 50 and level 100. Because I usually prefer level 50. Because you deal a little bit more damage at level 50. Which is nice if you have offensive Pokemon. And there's no Tyranitar to ruin any defensive Pokemon with Sand Chip. Which is nice. Of course, if you have a good matchup into Tyranitar, then you don't care. I should turn off animations. That would speed things up a little bit. I don't think we need to see Spark and Surf 100 times. Battle scene off. The Vileplume that will also be on this team is already fully trained. And because it's level 100, we cannot change much about it. Because you get EVs when you gain XP. And obviously when you're max level you don't gain XP. So you can get up to 100 from vitamins. No more time loss, yeah. EV speedrun. Except we're not doing the fast Ditto method. Wilkinson, you really like Smeargle? You're gonna have to breed a good one. Another Skarmory. I haven't really considered Smeargle for anything. Feel like it's too weak. It really is very weak. But you could definitely do something. Yeah, I have the White Flute on. Wait, why did I run from Spinda? I'm not paying attention. I have muscle memory. If it's not a Ditto, I run away when I have this Pokemon in the lead, but we're not hunting Dittos right now. getting very windy around here. I hope the mic doesn't pick it up. Another Skarmory. Imagine getting the shiny Skarmory when you're grinding for special attack. But yeah, eventually, when you do enough EV training, you are gonna run into a shiny event. It's gonna happen if you train enough Pokemon. So I actually made a document for Fire Red Leaf Green, which I never finished. I still need to do a couple of routes with all the EVs you can get on every route. So if you're like want to combine shiny hunting with EV training, then that would be a good way to look things up. And I'll probably do the same for Emerald. And I guess all the home games then. Wilkinson, you want to use it as a lead? Maybe with Baton Pass Spore Substitute? Yeah, the thing is, it just doesn't work into a lot of Pokemon. I mean, you can... I think you can get gold with it. No Face, often when you're up here for special attack EVs, you're thinking about that shiny Skarmory one day. Oh, we got a very bald Spinda. One day, maybe. But you probably have better luck with Magnet Pull. I'll probably end up breeding for a good Skarmory at some point. So that would also be some chances to get a shiny one. Like getting good IVs can take a while. Bald Spinda's best Spinda. I might have caught one that was bald. I don't remember. Oh. Super Flash, you remember you saw a shiny Sea King while trying to find a Dragonair with a Dragon Fang? This is Safari Zone in Fire Red Leaf Green. And since you say you saw it, does that mean you didn't catch it? I wonder if Ralts and Houndour have the same XP growth rate. So far they're leveling up at the same time, but it's only level 10. That might change. It ran away? Unfortunate. First turn? That's unlucky. At least it was only a Sea King. Could have been shiny Dragonair that ran away. That would have been a lot worse, I think. Oh! This is the reverse of a bald Spinda. Wilkinson, you were trying to RNG manipulate a shiny wild encounter for shiny Ralts. But you're doing something wrong and you just quit. Yeah, RNG manipulation is kind of difficult. Do you have your secret ID? Because I think you need to know your secret ID for manipulating shinies. It's a pain to get a regular Dragonair, let alone one that is shiny. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that hunt. Okay, just a couple more, then we'll go heal up. And then we'll have most of the Ash as well. I guess I'll just go quickly on the rest. Oh, this one also has a lot of hair. Shade, silly question. Not sure if I already answered, but am I getting Fire Red or Leaf Green for Switch? At the moment, I'm not planning to. Because I already have Fire Red, Leaf Green. And it doesn't have online. There's no training or battling. And I don't use home. So that would be kind of useless for me because when I'm playing Gen 3, I'm playing on cartridge. So at the moment, I don't have plans to buy it. Was that the last serve? Yes. Okay, let's get out of here. We add 35 special attack EVs. Restore our PP. Yeah, you can do wireless trading, but that's basically the same as using a link cable because you'll be in the same room. So it doesn't really help much. Super Flash, you wonder if they'll implement the other islands in the game? Which other islands do you mean? Because the Sevi Islands will be there, because that's just in the game, but don't know about like the ones you need the tickets for, like the Ho Islands. That sort of stuff I think you're referring to. We had wireless trading for Fire Red Leaf Green in 2006. Yeah. See, Shades, you think they might release the others? Yeah, maybe. I mean, it seems likely it will happen at some point. Because Gen 1 and Gen 2 have been released. And I mean, it's free money for them, so they're gonna want to do it. Like, they're not adding online features, so it's literally free money. They almost have to change nothing to the game. And people will buy it anyway. And in that case, you could do like what I'm doing right now, preparing for The Frontier. You could do it on Switch, but don't really have a reason to at the moment. Wait, do I need the white flute again? Probably do, right? I don't remember if I did it or not. Because I think Spark is a contact move, I'm using that first, and whenever Slugma shows up, I'm using Surf. Because Slugma can have Flame Body, and I could burn us. Now, I probably have a bunch of full heals in my bag, but still. We want to avoid it if possible. Let's see, I have a Blissey base. However, I don't have anything that actually kills the Blissies. So I'm not sure how I'm grinding to level 100. Also, I should probably put the Linoons in here again. These two, but I guess we're hatching the egg and then we'll switch. Level 12, level 12, okay. Probably the same egg group. Or experience group, I mean. But maybe not. Maybe it just doesn't show up until later. Let's see. Maybe we can do a little bit more team building. Still visible? Barely. An idea for making a base for grinding special attack, fill all slots with Gardevoir with Memento. Yeah, that could definitely work. I think Latios also gets Memento and gives more XP. I'm gonna assume Latios gives special attack. Have I ever done any hidden power breeding in Emerald? Not yet. But that will change. I'm gonna go for a Hidden Power Ghost Swampert for my doubles team. then for that, I am going to steal a Swampert from the Ruby Sapphire Tower, because those have perfect IVs, depending on which round you're in. So I'm gonna use that one as a male. And then I have a bunch of Dittos with an IV of 30. So I'm gonna begin with that. And then once I get a female Mudkip with some of the stats I need, I will switch from Dittos to that Mudkip. And then hopefully we'll get it eventually. Tech, you're getting Dolphin set up for the Ori tournament. And you hope that your schedule works out where you can participate. I hope so too. You would love to be a part of it. Yeah, it kind of depends on how many people are interested, like how it's gonna work. But most likely it will be in the weekend. Hidden Power Bug Pinsir could be cool. And you really want an Arcanine with Hidden Power Grass. Okay. I mean, Hidden Power Bug types, definitely. Like Armaldo. Even Heracross, so you don't have to rely on Megahorn. Because Megahorn is like 85% accuracy. Which is not the best for a long streak. I probably will use Megahorn Heracross at some point for getting a gold somewhere. Because we're using teams where we accept that we will probably take a few attempts or might take a few attempts. For at least some of them. Like I'm gonna try to use a bunch of teams, at least for some of the facilities. Like probably not the pyramid. Well, I'm gonna use a bunch of teams for the pyramid, but it's gonna be like, depending on the round and the wild Pokemon we will encounter, I'll change the team. Instead of getting gold with a bunch of different teams. I kinda like Pinsir, I think it's a cool Pokemon. And Sword Stance, Hyper Cutter, kind of strong. Like you can't be intimidated. That's actually quite good. And then you have decent speed, so Salic Berry could work. And then, what? Earthquake is your last move? You would be very weak into flying. So that's a bit unfortunate. I guess you could go... No. I was gonna say Hidden Power Rock, but no, you have Hidden Power Bug. I guess Rock Slide, but I don't like the 10% chance to miss. Do I have a Salic Berry from Mirage Island? No, I do not. However, I have Colosseum and XD. And you can buy them there. I haven't played them yet, so I can't buy them at the moment. But I'll be able to get them eventually. You know another Pokemon I want to use in the dome is Absol. But that one's gonna require perfect speed. Imagine having to rely on an island that appears less frequent than a shiny Pokemon. Yeah, and we're playing with a dead battery, so we couldn't even... Like, we would have to get it on, like, when we start the game. I'm pretty sure. Level up on Lantern. I don't know if that's ever gonna matter. Maybe we'll end up training somewhere. I guess if we ever... I don't know, what would I do in Victory Road? There's a bunch of different EVs. Maybe some sea route. Right, just one more. Why don't I let the Illuminate Mon faint and use Metro Brace? Well, I have 2 Pokemon that I'm training, so... No, don't run away. Adora is... you left and came back. Is the Tropius high level now? Yes, that was a while ago. We got the Tropius to high level. Then we bred it with Whismur because I misremembered. Like, I thought it could breed with Houndour. But no, I didn't check my notes and I needed to breed with Whismur first. Then the Whismur could breed with Houndour. And then we bred the Houndour with a Ditto. And then I was gonna breed the Houndour once we got... Like, the Ditto had the nature we needed. And with the Everstone, it's... Oh, I need to update. 170 EVs. With an Everstone, there's a 50% chance you pass on the nature from the Ditto. Or a female Pokemon if you don't have Ditto. If the female Pokemon is holding the Everstone. That's a lot of breeding. Well, it's not that much compared to some of the other breeding we've done, and also compared to when you actually want good stats instead of decent stats. Because the first female Ralts that we, or Houndour that we got, actually had the stats we needed. So I didn't end up replacing the Ditto. So now we're EV training. Yeah, I could use Metro Brace plus XP share, but I don't think it would actually be faster. Because Ralts or Houndour, they both don't knock out these Pokemon. And if I wanted it to be fast, I would be training against Ditto. This is just easy. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to think. But yes, we now have Houndour with Sunny Day and Solar Beam. And we will be learning Flamethrower and crunch through level up. There's the 5% Skarmory. Yeah, now we're just beating Spindas and Slugmas because they both give one special attack EV. Oh, I actually didn't check. Flash Fire, good or bad? Yeah, we have Flash Fire, which I think is good. Especially for our team, because we will have a Vileplume who's weak to fire, so we can just get a free switch. And boost our fire moves as well. Which doesn't really matter against a fire type, but it might matter against the other. Early Bird can be really good, but you don't get put to sleep that often. And we're not using Rest. So I much prefer Flash Fire. Especially on a Pokemon like Houndoom who isn't that bulky. Switching in on a fire move, like it wouldn't hurt that bad, but every little bit counts. And there's Extreme Speed Arcanine. Actually, I don't know if we would be switching in on an Arcanine regardless, because we have very low physical defense. Like our special bulk is a little bit better in terms of base stats. How's the grind going? It's going pretty good. We got our Houndour pretty quickly. So now, oh no, I forgot. Well, there's the proof, I guess. Spark does make contact. Full heal. Actually, we would never get hurt because it doesn't deal damage out of combat. And we one-shot every time. Well, it doesn't matter. We don't care about money. So yeah, now we're just EV training. And we're doing it the slow way. Yeah, burn doesn't actually matter. No, this one has a beard, and otherwise he's bald. Or like a goatee, I guess. Mustache, goatee, and then he's bald. Oh yeah, before I got distracted, I want to use an Absol in the dome at some point because it has base 75 speed, which with a plus speed nature and perfect speed IVs and 252 EVs, you outspeed base 100s in the dome. So I want to use that at some point, but I don't know if that will be for cartridge. Because we're gonna need perfect speed, and I mean, we're gonna probably run special attacks like a mixed attacker maybe. So we'll probably want some very good IVs there as well. Because I think we also have 75 special attack. Which should be enough to one-shot things like Salamence with Ice Beam. I hope. But it also isn't enough to deal damage to a lot of other things. Absol is cool with Swords Dance Baton Pass. Yeah, but it's not strong. Like, it's so frail. It doesn't do it that well. Yeah, I'm gonna need to run a bunch of calcs. Figure out the investment on that Absol, and I have no clue who else is gonna be on that team. Thinking maybe like Ice Beam Flamethrower. And I definitely want Shadow Ball. And the question is, do I go Double Edge last move? Probably. Otherwise it would be something like Thunderbolt, I think. Don't think there's too many other options. But with Flamethrower I would hit steel types like Skarmory, which would be nice. But yeah, without Stab you just don't deal that much damage, which is unfortunate. I wonder how much the Choice Band Shadow Ball would do to like a Latias. I don't think that one-shots. At least not Tucker's Latias. Trainer Sir Carnage appears and wants to battle. Trainer throws Outsider. Okay, interesting choice. How are we feeling? Feeling pretty good. We have a little bit of a headache. So I might... I don't know if I'm stopping after we're done with the special attack or after this round. But we got our Houndour, so I'm pretty happy with that. Didn't take that long. So yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. And I guess I was thinking maybe I could do a stream in the weekend where we actually use the team, but I think it's gonna take a little bit too long to grind up. Because we're gonna have to get to level 100 as well. But maybe I'll do another stream, I think tomorrow. And that one will probably be longer than this one. So maybe we can go to 100 and then I guess we'll see. I don't know if I'll stream on Sunday for a short while before Riley streams. Maybe I will if the team is finished. If it's not, I'll probably finish it offline. Does it have to be level 100? Normally no, but the Vileplume I got was already level 100, so I'm gonna have to grind the rest of the team up. So yeah, that's gonna take a while. I have not grinded to 100 in quite some time. Especially not in Emerald. The last time I grinded to 100, I think, was Ultra Sun. Because I needed to grind to 100 for the bottle caps to get perfect stats. And that was a grind. And there you got like special powers to boost your XP gain. I don't remember. It's something powers. Don't remember what it's called. Rotom powers? I don't know. It's on the Rotom phone thing. Skarmory. I could trade to another game. Bonus XP plus Lucky Egg. That's true. I might trade to my Leaf Green. Okay, out of PP. That's 205. I think we'll finish the special attack today. And then I'll look into how much speed I want for the Ralts. And then I can do that tomorrow. Yeah, special attack is just max, so that's easy. And we don't need any bulk. Or at least we don't really care about the bulk. We're just going full offense. We don't have perfect IVs in our bulk anyway, so... I didn't calculate any benchmarks, and even if we had perfect stats, I probably would just go max special attack, max speed anyway. Or near max speed. Who else? How far along are the stats progress? Well, we're at above 200 in special attack right now. So we finish this. We'll be at 240, then we just need to kill 12 more. And then we'll be done with special attack. Now we'll end the stream there for today. But I didn't white flute again. No, not full heal. White flute. And then the speed will probably do on route 118. Or if we end up going for trades or like trading for XP, I guess I could trade it over to Leaf Green and grind it over there. I guess we'll see tomorrow. Teleport? I guess that's well, it's the same as fly. Slightly easier to use. I guess we're teleporting from now on. So did we not hatch the egg yet? No. Guess we're not moving that much. With all these encounters. So let's see, for the Dodrio team, who else do I want to use? Oh, we got burnt again. Well, this time we're not healing because it doesn't actually matter. Dodrio's quite strong. It would probably be Choice Band Dodrio then. And we would need either a ground type or a fighting type to switch in to rock moves and deal super effective damage against rock types and steel types. So that's where potentially Hariyama could be used. Of course, there are other Pokemon like Flygon, who is immune to electric. That could be really good. And we have Flamethrower for Skarmory. So I guess Flygon is going on another potential list. Oh, no, I already put it on there. But then I'm double weak to ice. Double weak to ice, and I would need a way to deal with Swampert. Don't think Walrein is the best answer to Swampert. It would be good for Salamence and Charizard. Like with the thick fat, we would resist fire even though we're ice type. Or we go with Hariyama. I mean, is there any other fighting type we really have access to? Like, we don't get Machamp because that requires a trade. We're playing without trades. Meditite we cannot get. And what's left? Is that it? We don't get the Hitmons. We don't get Primeape. Fighting type. Oh, we get Heracross and Breloom, of course. Breloom gets Giga Drain, but it's also 60 special attack. That's not that great into Swampert. Because we're also not bulky and it has Ice Beam. Heracross is strong, but we don't resist rock types. Blaziken, we're not using starters, at least at the start. And we also don't resist rock types. So yeah, I think probably Hariyama is the best fighting type. Heracross could maybe be good because we have Mega Horn into Psychics. How do I keep track of the IVs? The IVs or the EVs? Because the IVs, I use a calculator online. And the EVs, I just count how much PP I used whenever I go to the Poké Center to recover my PP. And that's my way of keeping track. And if you have multiple moves, and there's multiple, like, Pokemon with different EVs, like either you're training two different stats, or there's Pokemon that give, like, one of them gives 1 EV, the other gives 2, then usually I try to use, like, different moves. So I don't have to keep track, or just write down, like, a 2 or a 1 or whatever. However much I have to add up at the end. Like to the PP that I've used. That's what I note down. If I can't keep track of it using PP. Let's see. And the nice thing about Hariyama is that, of course, we can have thick fat for an ice resist. In case we need to switch into an ice move. And the fire resistance is, of course, nice as well, but not as necessary, at least not yet. Maybe we'll use a steel type. It would give us a couple of resistances that we could use. Hello, Skarmory. You are a steel type. Nah. I was thinking maybe Crawdaunt can do something. But the Latias on Tucker's team has Thunderbolt. So maybe not. But maybe I'll put it on the list for now. But it's a very big question mark. Because that's also an electric weakness. So we'd probably need to have the Flygon then. If we go double electric weak instead of going Hariyama. Yeah, that doesn't sound very strong. I mean, the Dojo sounds strong. Also kind of the issue that Flygon also wants the Choice Band. Doesn't need it necessarily, but it wants to have it for the Earthquake, which is its only really good move. Level 17 on the Ralts, level 17 on the Houndour. Yeah, I'm pretty sure by now that they have the same XP growth. Let's see, which other dark types? We have Sableye. Sableye is not exactly a strong Pokemon. Of course, we have Houndoom. Sharpedo. That's very frail. Murkrow. I think it's Fire Red Leaf Green. Mightyena is Mightyena, unfortunately. Yeah, if we're bringing a dark type, it's probably Houndoom again. Or it would be Absol. Now Shiftry also exists. Shiftry gets Explosion. How do you... you learn Explosion from Seedot, I think. If you level up to a really high level, just like with Spore on Shroomish. I guess Shiftry could be worth looking into here. Still a big question mark. Shiftry. Oh, we're out of PP, we're out of PP, okay. Just run. Actually, I wasn't looking at the screen. It would have been possible to kill... Oh, I didn't teleport. Would have been possible that I killed a shiny because I do have the sound, but with how it's set up, it's very delayed for me. So I would have died before I heard the shiny. But I still had the Pokemon on the screen, so hopefully I would have noticed. I'm just not paying attention. Okay, so we're now at 240. So we have to kill only 12. Yeah, I would have looked back from the what I'm using to look up which Pokemon I might want to build on the Dojo team. Look at chat. Whoa, shiny! And then look at my screen and the shiny is dead. That would be unfortunate. Let's see. Steel type could resist psychic, of course. But a lot of steel type, or a lot of psychic types, like Gardevoir, Alakazam, Mr. Mime, Latias, they can have Thunderbolt. They can have Ice Beam. I mean, the Ice Beam doesn't really matter. But Thunderbolt would matter for Skarmory. And of course, Skarmory also doesn't have the best special bulk. So I wouldn't go with that. Magneton also doesn't have great special bulk, and they can have Fire Punch. I thought I pressed B, but I guess we're learning Takedown now. There is Fortress or Metagross. Fortress also doesn't have the best special bulk, but we get Explosion, which is very good in the Dome. Of course, we don't get a Bug move unless we have Hidden Power Bug, which is very unfortunate. I'm not gonna be breeding for Hidden Power Bug. Metagross, of course, is very good. Into Psychics, we double resist. We get Shadow Ball with decent attack power. We also get Explosion, but I think that's only from a move tutor, so we're not using that. Does a Pokemon consume a citrus at 50% health? Yes. Oh. Need to mute this. I think Metagross is on the maybe list. Okay, we still need to use a couple more. I like the idea of using Shiftry. I don't know how good it would be, but it would be a grass type to take care of Swampert. You want to use a Belly Drum set and you want to see if it activates the berry. Yeah, if your maximum HP is divisible by 2, then it will use Citrus Berry. However, Citrus Berry in Gen 3 only heals by 30 HP and not 25%. So it's not very good. Which is unfortunate. You might be better off if you have access to it. And if you can manage to make it work. If you can have like Substitute to cut down 25%, then use Belly Drum, so you're at 25 and they have a Pinch Berry like a Salac Berry. But it would be not the easiest thing to pull off. Yes, Simon, we are training Special Attack. Do I need one more, or are we there? We are there. Okay, we're at max. We are 252 Special Attack. 252. Let's see, can we buy another white flute? Yes, we can. Okay. Now I can trade one to leaf green as well. That would be nice. Alright, then I'm gonna end the stream in a bit. Because... well, it's getting late. I have a little bit of a headache. And I need to look into what I'm gonna do with the rods. So, thanks everyone for watching. I hope it was either you learned something or like it was just chill or entertaining. I mean, we didn't do anything special to entertain, so I hope it was just chill. And then I'll end it here for today. I will stream again tomorrow, probably. Take care. Thank you, Superflash. Have a good one. Thank you, Simon. Have a good weekend, everyone. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow or somewhere else in this weekend. Good stream.